Five types of kinematic graphs. Displacement time graph, where the S represents displacement and T represents time. The straight line shows that the object's velocity is constant. Now as you see that as how much time we are moving the object to a particular displacement, the straight line shows the velocity is constant because the definition of velocity is the rate of change of displacement and it is constantly increasing. Alright, so the slope shows which object is moving faster. Make sure the steeper the slope, the greater the velocity. Now from this graph you can see that the less steeper slope is showing the low amount of velocity, and the higher the steeper the slope will show the high velocity. Okay, the slope of this graph is 0. The displacement s is not changing. Why so? Because the velocity is here 0 and the object is stationary. Make sure you notice the word stationary in physics means at the rest. It means that object is not moving. This is because, as you will be seeing, as we are increasing the time, the displacement is not moving. There is no amount of displacement. The object at particular place is on the rest and you can say that there is no velocity. If you will say the slope of this graph suddenly becomes negative, the time t, make sure you are seeing that the object which was moving constantly, it means the object is moving back the way it came, its velocity v is negative after time t. The object was constantly increasing, alright, and after time period t, the object moves back to the position. As you know that velocity is a vector quantity, so when the sign changes from positive to negative, velocity changes. And you can see after time t, the velocity becomes negative. This displacement time graph is curved, the slope is changing. This means that the object's velocity is changing. This is considered in chapter 2. Now what you have been talking about, when you are as the time increasing, you will see that the object displacement increasing, you can see that the object velocity is changing and it is basically decreasing. How do you know that it is decreasing? Because at up we notice that a straight line shows constant velocity. The steeper the slope, the higher the velocity. Now see, from this time, after certain time period, this velocity or the slope becomes constant. At time t, it becomes constant at the last. Whereas the more steeper, it means that it was increasing. It becomes less steeper and less steeper, it means that it is decreasing. So the velocity is basically decreasing, and after some time the object is at stationary.